And in this video, you guys, just want to talk a little bit about the Los Angeles Lakers and their failure of a season. I mean, this is just absolute hilarious to me, you guys. I'm a Raptors fan, so it doesn't hurt me none that the LA Lakers were unable to make a trade at the deadline here. It's just so funny to see this, you guys. I mean, they got three Hall of Fame caliber players on their squad right now, and they're like 3 or 4 games below 500. Just lost an atrocious performance last night against a Portland Trailblazers team that is pretty well sold everyone away and has pretty much started a complete rebuild. Dame Lillard wasn't playing. He's been injured. McCollum's no longer there. Lakers got two of their big three. Only Westbrook wasn't playing in this one, and they still lost the game by 2 points, 107 to 105. And then in the press conference after, LeBron James is kind of talking about there's a fog, there's a mist within the team right now because we're just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen on the trade deadline. Well, I guess you should have cleared that mist a little sooner and started fucking trying, shouldn't you? Because you guys didn't do shit. You guys didn't do fucking shit on this trade deadline, man, and it is hilarious to me. I feel for you guys as Lakers fans, because obviously as a fan of the team, that fucking sucks. Your hopes of winning a chip this year are pretty well over. I don't think the Lakers got what it takes to win a championship this year. They just don't got that drive and that determination. I think they got enough skill pieces on the team, but you got to be able to put it together, and you got to be able to go out there and give 110% effort on every single play. You got to be able to play hard-nosed defense. These guys play zero defense. They take quarters off. They take times off during the game where there's just no effort out on the floor. So as a Laker fan, I feel for you guys, dude. That's fucking shitty. But at the end of the day, I'm not a fan of the Lakers, so to me, I like it. I don't like LeBron and I don't like AD, so I'm happy to see those guys struggling right now. I hope you guys get it sorted out in the future, figure out what you're going to do with these two so-called superstars. Obviously, LeBron was a superstar. I wouldn't say he's in that echelon of top 3 or top 4 players anymore. I just don't think he has that capability at this later stages of his career. AD's looking like a bum. The dude's just afraid to shoot the rock. He's afraid to take charge and be the leader that this team needs. That's what LeBron thought he was bringing in when he brought AD over a couple seasons ago. He was supposed to be the guy to take over for this Lakers team and kind of have them take that next step and take over for LeBron as he was aging. Hasn't happened at all, you guys. I mean, he hasn't been terrible, but he just doesn't take command. He doesn't take leadership of the squad. You know what I mean? I think he took 11 or 12 shots in the game against Portland. I don't think he took a shot in the fourth quarter. I just don't understand the thought process going on with this team right now. And then of course all you see on the media is them talking about the Lakers this, the Lakers that, even though they suck. I don't understand why there's so much talk about these guys. And then you come to today, you guys, for the trade deadline. I'm sure everyone, including Lakers Nation and all the reporters on the mainstream media, sports sites and everything like that, we're all expecting the Lakers to make some big time moves, but you didn't do shit. The Lakers did nothing, and it's absolutely hilarious, you guys. I mean, personally, I think they tried for sure, but who the hell wants anyone on that squad right now? I mean, they were probably trying to sell off some THT to some people, Kendrick Nunn, probably some Russell Westbrook, but that's exactly what he's been doing. He's been throwing up bricks all season, so nobody wants that guy in his $40 million a year contract. THT's been very underwhelming. LeBron and the Lakers really talked this guy up, hyped this guy up over the last year and a half or so coming into the league. He's been an absolute disappointment for them this season, has not been good at all. He's been on a super long, cold stretch here. So in my opinion, I'm not really that surprised that the Lakers didn't make any moves. I thought maybe they would have picked up something. They would have been able to do something just to get some sort of change going on in the building to try and spark this team. But they didn't do a fucking thing, you guys. The Lakers did nothing. And like I said, I'm not really that surprised because I just don't see any value in a lot of these players that they would have been able to trade to get something in return. You would have had to give up something big, like you would have had to give up an AD or a LeBron, someone of that caliber to be able to actually get something decent in return. You have no draft picks left because you gave them all away in recent trades over the last couple seasons. You got no depth players that you can trade away because you gave all those away for Westbrook in the offseason. So there just wasn't really a lot of avenues for the Lakers to explore on this trade deadline. Like I said, unfortunate for you Lakers fans, it's not looking good for the rest of the season. I mean, I think the Lakers could possibly sneak into an 8 or 7 seed or a 9 or 10 seed, get into that play-in game. They might be able to win the play-in game if they put forth their best effort and just, give her 110%. But once you get into those 7-game series, in the legitimacy of the playoffs, I do not see this Lakers squad having what it takes to be able to win a round in the playoffs. I don't think them being able to win a 7-game series in this playoffs, you guys. I just don't think they're going to have the juice or the energy You know, in those stretches throughout those games, obviously being such an old team as well. They, you know, one of the older teams in the league, if not the oldest team in the league. Most of their players are 30 plus. They're just not going to have that juice, man. They're not going to have that juice and that capability to keep up with some of these younger, you know, hungrier squads who haven't had that taste of a chip yet and they want to get there. So I think it's going to be a rough rest of the season for the Lakers, man. I could see a lot of these top end guys like LeBron and AD checking out early this year. And not really putting forth a big time effort the rest of the way down the stretch of the season here. But we'll have to see what happens, you guys. Would love your guys' opinion in the comments section down below. Don't do a lot of Laker content. Just thought it'd be fun to kind of come out and talk about how the Lakers laid a dud on trade deadline day. So I'd love your guys' opinion in the comments section down below. Please go ahead and like this video if you like sporting content like this. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're looking for more sporting content like this in the near future. Thank you guys so much for watching, man. And this is Nizzy with Nizzy Sports Channel. Peace.